Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine. In the last class, we had completed with the first part of this chapter, Unit-1, 1.2, Dick Whittington and his cat. Well, remember the story? Yes, it was from rags to the riches. Really an inspirational story. So now, let's move ahead. If you all remember that the Dick had come from the poverty stricken. He was very poor since childhood. But how his journey proceeded? Let's move ahead with the story. One day he called his household together. I am sending a ship to the African coast to trade, he said. Now who said this? Mr. Fitzwarren. I am sending a ship to the African coast to trade, he said. Would any of you like to send something of yours on it? You can then share in profits if the voyage is successful. Everyone produced something except for Dick. Everybody had something to give for trade. Have you nothing of your own, Dick? Asked Mr. Fitzwarren kindly, and Dick replied, Only my cat. Then let your cat go on the ship, said Mr. Fitzwarren. His daughter Alice said, Dick loves his cat. Let me put something in for him. But her father said no, it must be his, not something belonging to someone else. So the father, that is Mr. Fitzwarren, told Alice that it should belong to Dick, not to somebody else. So Dick fetched his cat and said goodbye to it sadly. He was very sad. He was in a state of despair. The captain of the ship was delighted, for the cat was an excellent mouser. Now what do you mean by mouser? Mouser means the animal that catches mice. And so he had no trouble with rats and mice on the voyage. After some months, the ship arrived at a place on the African coast, Barbary, where the people called the Moors lived. The captain sent a message to the king to say he had fine goods for sale and he was invited to the palace to show them. While he was talking to the king and queen, some dishes of food were brought in, but almost immediately rats and mice ran up and before the captain's eyes ate all the food. The captain was astonished. He was very surprised that what it is. The captain he was thinking what's going on and asked it, uh, this was what normally happened. So he was in a proper fix. He said, it usually happens or what in this manner? Alas, yes, came the reply. The country is suffering from a plague. Plague, as if a thing that causes much trouble, na? Plague of rats and mice, and we cannot get rid of them. I think I may have the answer on my ship, said the captain. So the captain answered here, yes, I have solution for your problem. And he sent a message asking for Dick's cat to be brought to the palace. More food was laid out and the rats and the mice appeared as before. The cat immediately pounced, jumped, killing at least a dozen before they scattered. Everyone was delighted and the queen asked, what do you call this animal? The queen was surprised and she was very happy also, delighted, happy, and she asked, what is the animal called? Puss is the name she answers to, said the captain, and when the queen called Puss, Puss, the cat went over to her and purred. Purred means what? That means when you make a vibrating sound in a throat, na? The queen was a little alarmed at first as she had seen how fiercely the cat had attacked the rats. and mice, but the captain told her not to be anxious, that to remain calm. Puss is very friendly with people, he said, and would soon rid your kingdom of rats and mice. I would give great wealth to own this animal, said the queen. So the captain began bargaining. Bargaining means when you say now that what is the cost of the thing, it is suppose you say 500 and then the other person says no, I will give you only 400. A sort of bargain where you come to a particular price after exchanging your words, and it was agreed that King would buy the whole cargo from Mr. Fitzwarren's ship to pay a fine price for it, and for the cat alone, the king paid 10 times the sum again. When the ship came back to the port of London, the captain showed Mr. Fitzwarren the gold and the jewels he had brought from Barbary and told him the story of the cat the merchant sent for Dick. From now on, Dick, he said, we should all call you Mr. Whittington, and for you are a rich man. See, with as he became rich man, everybody started calling him what? Mr. Whittington. Mr. Fitzwarren then paid him all the money the captain had received for the cat. From this time on, Dick worked with Mr. Fitzwarren and became a successful merchant himself. As he had got lot of money, he started the business. He became a merchant because he worked with Mr. Fitzwarren, and along with him he also became a successful merchant. He married Mr. Fitzwarren's daughter Alice, and 3 times he was elected Lord Mayor of London. That means his dream really came true. He was also in time knighted by the king. Knighted means what? A person is given a rank of honor by British king or queen because of the special achievements. As nowadays we have various awards, like Paramveer Chakra award is being given, various Filmfare awards are being given. So knighted means the king and the queen honored them by giving a special rank, and because they had achieved something in their life and became Sir Richard Whittington. He was not only famous, but he was popular too, for he always helped the poor with his money. Sometimes, when he was old, he would tell his grandchildren the story of his cat and how the bells of the London had called him back when he was only a poor boy. Turn again, Whittington, thou worthy citizen, Lord Mayor of London. So, in this story, we are able to understand, we are able to analyze, we are able to think that with our hard work and with our will, that yes, we can progress in our life. With our hardship, with our determination, we can achieve success in our life. So it is really an inspirational story, and even those who have achieved some position in their life, for example, in the earlier only some examples I had given: Abraham Lincoln, Dr. APG Abdul Kalam, Kalpana Chawla. Because of their strong willpower, their optimism, their sincerity, their hard work, they were able to scale the heights, and they are really a source of inspiration for all of us. And through this story also, through the story of the Dick, it can be proved. It is proved that we can do many things which we feel that it is impossible, but it can be possible if you have strong determination, and plus you are very sincere, you are very hardworking. Though how many hardships you have in your life, it doesn't matter. It is your strong will and determination, your hard work only that can reach you to the height or to your dream where you want to achieve. So the message given by this story is that the youngsters, that we must not run away from the difficulties but face them bravely. Yes or not, children? Hope you have understood the story. And once again, I am repeating that we must not run away from the difficulties but face them bravely. Thank you.